Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Brittany with the Seniors Blue Book, and this morning I'm joined by Kelly Casto, the founder of Saving Our Seniors. Good morning, Kelly.
Good morning.
How are
Thanks
you
for
today?
having. I'm great. I'm so glad to be a part of this morning and being able to share our mission with others.
We're super excited. I first want to ask you, just so people that are first getting to meet you through this live video, tell us a little bit about yourself and your background.
So I have been an occupational therapist for about 15 years in the community. I've always worked with mainly geriatrics, and kind of throughout that time as practicing, I was the therapist that wanted all my patients to go home no matter what. And every time I would get ready to discharge them, unfortunately, a social worker would come back to me and let me know that most of the items weren't covered. So prior to starting Saving Our Seniors, I would go to local thrift stores. I would go on Craigslist. We didn't have Amazon, Amazon wasn't that popular, or Facebook Marketplace wasn't popular as it is now. So I would find leads and then go and drive miles to get pieces of medical equipment. And then in 2016, I decided to start Saving Our Seniors kind of as a passion project. And it feels like overnight it went from helping maybe 10 seniors to over 20,000.
Wow, so 20,000, that's insane. That's
Right.
a lot of people. And you're covering so kind of talk to us about your territory and what kind of where that starts, where that ends, or kind of what the mission is there.
So we currently service 5 counties. So we're based out of Pinellas just because that's where I live, and I wanted it close to home. But we do Pinellas, Hillsborough, Pasco, Manatee, and Sarasota. And we've been in Manatee, Sarasota since we've started, but lately we've been able to receive the traction to be able to help, more and more seniors down there.
Awesome. And how does, if again, somebody hasn't heard of, I like to say SOS, I love that, Saving Our Seniors, how does it work? Does somebody just give you a call and say, hey, I have a client or a loved one who needs a wheelchair, or, kind of cover what that process looks like, or your intake process?
So we do have like a simple application process, but typically we don't try to turn anyone away. So to qualify for our main program, you have to be 55 and over with a disability, or 65 plus. And then we encourage you to make less than $1,500 a month. And then we do request a small donation for the items, but if a senior cannot afford the item, they will still, get it. Like a power wheelchair per se is typically a $200 donation, and then they can pay it within 1 year. So it's $1,675 a month. And then if there's 1 month that they can't afford it. But during COVID, I actually started an online thrift store. So the surplus of equipment that we receive, we put it on our online thrift store. And then individuals that are making over $1,500 but still can't afford a full cost of an item, they can go on our thrift store and then they can purchase it on there. And then, we'll deliver it out to them. So that's been something that I've always wanted to do. So during COVID, we had a little extra time. So we started it, and it's slowly starting to get some traction to it.
I was just going to ask you kind of how, from, let's say, going back to March to now, like how things have changed for you as an organization.
So Saving Our Seniors has been very busy during COVID. I actually started another program. During COVID, I had seniors calling me right at the beginning and they needed meals. And that's not something that we typically assist with. I had provided them other resources in the community. I said, call them. If you can't get immediate help or you don't meet the requirements, give me a call back. And I really thought none of them would call me back. But there was one senior that kept calling me every day, and I just have a soft spot for seniors. So we partnered up with Feeding Tampa Bay, and we started distributing meals. And just since COVID, I've put out probably 15,000 meals to seniors. And
that's awesome.
And that program we're trying to bring into Manatee County now. So I just started at Presbyterian villas. We did some meals there 2 weeks, the last couple of weeks. So we've been feeding about 65 seniors a week, and we provide them 5 meals at a time. And it's no cost to the senior.
That's amazing. And I am going to pull up, as we're talking, just real quick, I'm going to pull up your website so that people can definitely refer to this as well. Because as you said, the application is online, but your website is savingourseniors.org. And real quick, just want to kind of go down through here. And so kind of just talking through some of these different things that you do supply. Did you want to kind of touch on some of these items?
So we do anything from adult pull-ups. So we'll provide, 1 to 2 cases of pull-ups. And then we have briefs and check pads. And then we have regular standard wheelchairs and transport wheelchairs. We even, have some like tilt and space chairs also. And then our power wheelchairs, and then we have power scooters, but we also have, like the power wheelchairs that will tilt. We have those kind of items also. And then we have rolling walkers, 4-wheel walkers, even an up walker, which is a popular new item out. And we have hospital beds. So that's like a big request that we do receive, because sometimes individuals can only get a semi-electric bed. And, the senior is probably 80 and his wife is 82, and she can't crank up the bed. So they contact us, and we're able to provide them out, a different hospital bed that really fits their needs. And then a lot of times insurances will cover a manual Hoyer lift, but once again, the caregiver is also as older as the patient is, and she can't crank it. So we are able to provide her, an electric Hoyer lift. Once in a while, we get wheelchair ramps, like a one step. We typically have that. Sometimes we actually built a ramp for a senior recently that was coming home, and it was his wife was dying of cancer and wanted to be able to live at home, and he needed a ramp and he couldn't afford it. So we actually went out and built him a ramp. So we're all about really filling in the gap of, the seniors that are often overlooked in society. I think there's a lot of seniors that are out and are healthy, and those are the ones you see, but the ones that we help, really can't get out of their house. They're pretty much homebound, and I've become pretty much their lifeline, especially during COVID. They call me on a weekly basis, and if they need help with items that I don't cover, it's nice to be able to be connected, to be able to provide them the right person.
Having these items, I remember working in a community and assisted living and seeing what a difference it makes for somebody to have the right wheelchair, the right equipment, the right incontinence supplies. You literally are like that life, I keep thinking of like that little life raft that you throw out to save somebody's life. And so your name is so fitting for what you do. You're changing people's lives, you're saving them, you're giving them a better quality of life. And I just think it's amazing.
I mean, it is crazy to think like a adult pull-ups or something like as little as the shower chair can truly, change someone's life. I helped somebody that hadn't showered in like 6 months because she couldn't get in and out of her shower. And she couldn't afford it, and she didn't know, what to do. And once we were able to give her that, like, she was just so grateful. And I think that is like what fuels my passion to kind of keep it going.
Absolutely. Well, I'll real quick share my screen again, so we can go back and show your phone number to reach you at. So you have, of course, this phone number here, the 727-537-6753, but also by email. I know a lot of people are using, email or Facebook. You also have a Facebook page, right?
Yes. It's just saving our seniors also.
Awesome. If you're watching this and whether you are a person who is in need of one of these items, or you have a loved one, a neighbor, or if you're a professional who has clients who need these items at home to keep them safe, please reach out to Kelly. This is amazing. This is the first time I've really heard your mission and who you are, and I just really appreciate everything you're doing out there for people.
Can I also just touch on our upcoming event?
Absolutely.
Okay. So October 1st, we're doing a fall prevention event in Manatee County at Elon Manatee, where they're hosting us, and we are having a no contact drive-through for our SOS box. And prior, for seniors to qualify, we are giving away free fall assessments. So based on their assessment, if they're a moderate to high fall risk, they'll receive one of our SOS boxes. And depending on the amount of sponsors that we do receive, it depends on what items will go in there, but we are looking to put a removable long-handled shower head, a non-skid shower mat, Dyson for under rugs to reduce falls, because even though we would want the seniors to remove their rugs, they don't always remove them.
Guilty here as well.
they remove them while we're in the house, but once we leave, they go right back down. And then also we're raffling off 12 free grab bars that will be installed and one ADA compliant ramp. So that will be on October 1st in Manatee County. We are looking for sponsors to help us with that, but also just to help us get the word out to the seniors. It's just been a little bit more difficult since COVID. We can't go into as many buildings as we can. So that's October 1st. And that information is on our Facebook page, but it will be on our website later today.
Awesome. And I'll share it as well on Seniors Blue Book. And what does it take for somebody to be a sponsor? Is that a financial commitment, or what kind of sponsors are you looking for?
So we are looking for financial sponsors of a $500, but we understand that times are tough and you might not be able to do that. So we do have an Amazon wish list of all the items that we are putting in the box. So you could go on and purchase those items and send them to us. And then we'll give you, a shout out and whatnot in our event. And then you could even come out the day of October 1st and, mingle with the seniors, but it is a no contact drive-through. So we don't really want them out of the house, but out of their car, but your information will be all over the event.
Awesome.
And we teamed up with like Manatee Fall Coalition and Lake Hospitals supporting us and a few insurance companies. So it has been a great turnout for just being in Manatee like full time for about 2 weeks. So
that's great. And so professionals that are watching, make sure you reach out to Kelly. Kelly, I'll put your email address on here too. I know it's on your website and everything, but just so people can reach out and get to know you. Your heart is obviously made of gold. And I, again, appreciate you coming on and sharing your mission and everything that's going on with Saving Our Seniors today.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in, and please reach out to Kelly. And again, if you have any needs that Kelly can help you with, certainly reach out, and you can go through the website, you can email her, you can call her, reach her through Facebook. There's several different ways. Make sure you do that, and have a wonderful day. Bye, Kelly. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.